We're going to go ahead and make the top of this box, and it's going to be very similar to the bottom of it, but now instead of having a rabbit up here for the top, we just have our normal pieces. I'm still going to have you make it to where it fits inside of the box, which doesn't make sense yet, but it will soon. So let's go ahead and inspect it, get out our digital ruler, and double check that from this edge to this edge is 11 inches, and from here to here is 7 inches. So it should be 1 inch shorter than the sides that we made earlier, and that's because each of the sides are an inch thick. Okay, so let's make a new part. Create a 2D sketch. I want to choose the bottom plane this time. Select rectangle. Always start with your origin. Click in the top right. Dimension. Click on the vertical line and click to the left side of it. I want this to be 11 inches. Click on this line, and just below it I want this to be 7 inches. Finish your sketch. Extrude. Type in 0.5 and hit enter, and click on your home view. I'm now going to set this to cherry. Save. We're going to call this the top. Let's go back and, well, yeah, let's go back into our assembly view. Click on the Assemble tab and click on Place. Select the top, open, and click somewhere to set the top into the view. Right click and select OK. This is going to be the top for our box. I can't actually put it on the box yet. We're going to add trim to it first. The trim is all going to be a 1/2 inch thick, and I'm going to make it to where it overlaps this gap here. So from this edge to this edge is still 12 inches, right? We can kind of see the pieces highlighted. This is a 12-inch piece, so from this edge to this edge should still be 12 inches. Go to New, Part, Create 2D Sketch. I want to select the bottom plane. Select Rectangle. Start on your origin. Click to the top right. I'm going to make it long and skinny this time. Select Dimension and click on the top line and click just above it and type in 12. Select Enter. Click on your vertical line and click to the left side of it. We're going to type in 0.5 and select Enter. Finish your sketch. Click on the home view. Should look about like mine. Select Extrude and type in 0.5, Enter. I'm going to change this from generic. I'm not going to choose cherry this time. If you notice, most of the boxes that I've been showing as examples, they have the trim as a slightly different color than the rest of the box. I think it makes it look nicer. So I'm going to select walnut for this. Save. I'm going to call this 12-inch trim. Go back to my assembly view. Select Place. Our 12-inch trim. Open. Put 2 of these in here. Right click and select OK. Go to Constrain. Select one of the faces of your trim and just the edge of your 12-inch piece and select Apply. Now this is 90 degrees from where I want it to be, So I'm going to switch this to flush. I'm going to click on the face of my 12-inch piece and this face of my trim and select apply. And now they're both facing the way that I want them to. I'm going to select the edge of each of them with my flush selected and select apply. I'll do the same thing with the other side of this. I'm going to rotate it using my view cube. I want to select just the edge of my trim and the edge of my 12-inch piece. Make sure I have mate selected and click apply. Switch back to flush. Select the two faces and click apply, and then select my two edges and click apply. Now, I did something wrong. If I went to put this down, or actually let's go ahead and measure this. So click on your front view. And if we go to inspect, distance, get out our digital ruler, we want to click from this inside corner to this corner here. You'll see it's a whole inch long. Okay, I still want to be able to fit a 1/2-inch piece in between here, which means that these two trim pieces should actually be spaced out evenly, symmetrically on the top piece. So to fix this, I'm going to click on one of them, expand so I can see what constraints are on it, and whatever constraint we used where we had this top line, and if I click on my home view it'll show it better. It's showing that this and this are flush together. If I double click on the flush, just below it should be a number, and this number is how far they are offset from each other. I want to type in 0.5 and click OK. And that went the wrong direction, so instead I'm going to click in -0.5 and click enter. Okay. Now I want to do the same thing for this one. So I click on it first so I can find it over here. It's showing me this is the piece that's highlighted, so I click on the plus to expand it. This is the constraint that I'm looking for because it has these two pieces highlighted, and it has a little number below it. I type in -0.5 and click enter. And this time it went the wrong way, so we'll just put in 0.5, hit enter. And now if I look at it from a front view, I have a 1/2 inch above and a 1/2 inch below. Okay, this top that we made in this video, it said from this side to this side was 7 inches. So the trim that we're going to make that goes in between these two is going to be 7 inches by a 1/2 inch by a 1/2 inch thick. I'm going to click on New, Part, 2D Sketch, click on the bottom, select Rectangle, choose your origin, click to the top right, Dimension, click on this vertical line and click to the left side of it, type in 0.5, click on the bottom horizontal line, click just below it, and we're typing in 7, enter. Finish your sketch, click home so you can see what it looks like, extrude, change your distance to 0.5 and hit enter. And just like the last piece, I'm going to change the material type to walnut. I click my home button again, save. I'm calling this my 7-inch trim. And before we finish this video, let's go ahead and click on our assembly view one more time. Select place, go to our 7-inch trim, open. We'll put 2 of these into the file, so you click twice, right click, and select OK. I click on my home view, constrain. I'm going to pick on an edge here, click, and I have to get this inside edge of this piece. Click, hit apply, go to your flush constraint and select these 2 end pieces. That'll make these flush together. Select apply, and then I also want to make sure that the top of this face and the top of my lid is also going to be flush. Select apply. Click cancel. Select one of the corners of your view cube. You can click and drag this piece around, and we are going to select constrain. Mate is selected by default. I want to get this face, and it doesn't matter, it's a 1/2 inch by a 1/2 inch. This is a square. So I'm going to click on one of these sides and select apply, and now it looks funny, so I'm going to click home and see what's going on. I want this side to be mated to this side, so make sure your vector is facing the right way and it's on the right part. Select apply, and then click on flush, the top of your trim and the top of your lid, and select apply. Now we're going to put the lid on the box. So to get it oriented correctly, I'm going to leave flush selected. I'm going to select just the edge of my lid and one of the 8-inch faces of my box. Select apply. Select the 12-inch face and the other edge of my lid and select apply. And now I want to switch to mate. I want to select just the top of my box and the underside of my lid and hit apply. And now we have the lid and the base to our box.